Hi loves, welcome to my channel. Welcome to a Get Ready With Me, an extremely ambitious one because we are doing skincare, makeup, and hair. This is kind of my big vintage inspired bouncy curly waves that I've been doing. I'm not a hair expert, I'm not a makeup expert, but you guys have been asking to see this, so I wanted to take you step by step through it. If you're interested, this is the end product. Spoiler alert, my usual everyday look. So let's get into it. Good morning. Please excuse my sleepy, tired face, but I thought it'd be fun to do my whole thing with you. So we're gonna start with skincare. I'm gonna use my micellar water. I don't like to cleanse my face in the mornings because I just tend to have dry skin and I feel like that's a bit much since I obviously cleanse it at night. So I just use my micellar water. This is the Garnier one. And I have a very extensive video on micellar waters and on cotton pads because I take them both very seriously. I actually don't have my favorite cotton pads right now, but these will do. So I just gently freshened up my skin with that. It feels so refreshing in the mornings. And now I'm gonna go in with my toner, the Thayer's toner. This has witch hazel in it. Love this stuff. I always talk about how much I love it. And I just put it again on a cotton pad. I like to do my toners on a cotton pad too, because if there is any stray flakes of mascara or something just hanging out, see, these cotton pads leave fuzz. This is why I have a certain kind of cotton pad I like. It's the one from Walgreens and it's like their premium one. It's so good, but I haven't made it to Walgreens lately. So we're using dollar store cotton pads and it's a shame. But anyway, following up with the toner, I like to do it that way to get any last stray bits of makeup or anything, impurities. And then I'm just gonna give myself a rose water mist. I really like this rose water. I just get it on Amazon. Feels so good. Normally I would now move on to serum, but I'm actually going to insert a break in my regularly scheduled skincare and do a face mask, which I do like to do in the morning sometimes. Obviously it's more of like usually a nighttime thing, but it's such a treat in the morning. And this is a Valentine's Day Get Ready With Me, so I feel like I can be extra special, extra. And this is my favorite face mask probably ever. It's the Fresh Black Tea Instant Perfecting Mask. And I love this one because it's intended to be used before getting ready, so the way I'm using it. You can use it at the end of the day. I've even slept in it, but it's kind of meant to be put on to give you an instant boost. By the way, as always, absolutely nothing in this video is sponsored. I don't do sponsorships. Pay for my skincare myself unless a friend sent it to me. And we keep things real on this channel. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. It's my favorite for like intense lip hydration. I like to put this on while I'm getting ready to hydrate my lips before lipstick. This is just a cute little headband I got off of Amazon. I love having cute spa headbands. And I got my hair highlighted yesterday, so I'm getting hair mask all over it. So the color might need to kind of settle. It probably could use a purple shampoo, so I don't know. We'll see how the color looks, but I'm also in my bathroom, which unfortunately has really bad yellowy lighting. So my hair is really clean since I got it highlighted, so I'm gonna put some products in it. Here's a little empties for you. Those are the last drops of my Tresemme Keratin Smooth with marula oil, and it's just like a nice blend of hair oils. My hair is on the drier side. It never gets oily on its own, so I have to help it. So I'm adding that mostly to the ends. I also have this dry conditioner from Drybar that I'm honestly kind of just trying to use up. It says it detangles, softens, and hydrates between washes. I'm really putting it in my hair just to have some like texture in my hair so the curls will grab on. And one more product for my hair. This is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Body Builder. And again, I'm really putting it in to make my hair dirtier. But I do feel like it helps my curls hold. It smells good. Woo. And I'm just gonna brush all of that through. I'm using the wet brush. I absolutely love this brush. It's so good for detangling. All right, so as you see, we have a lot of hair to work with. And my hair doesn't hold curl very well. So I'm going to be curling it with my curling iron. It's really the only way I've found to get curls that work in my hair. And I love this one because it's extra long, because I have extra long hair stuck to my face in my face mask. And I also love that this one is clipless, because I prefer to just hold my hair and not use a clip, because then I get like a crease in it. So this is key. Thermal protection glove. Please don't try this at home. Without it, I am the queen of burning my hair, or myself. I had a forehead burn last week. I had a chin burn the week before that. I had a neck burn. I've burned my hands so many times. It's really a problem. So we're gonna be very careful today. Hopefully that's not gonna happen. But I do have this thing cranked up to at least like 400, because that helps my curls. So I just take about a 1-inch section of hair, and I like to brush it through. Use the heat protected hand to hold the hair. I know a lot of people say, oh, I can't, like I have to feel my hair. Use your other hand to feel the hair, and then like, look, I'm touching the barrel and I'm fine. So this is key. And when I'm doing like kind of a retro glam look, I like to curl my hair down. I feel like the more modern way is to curl it up or away from your face. But I like to curl it down so it kind of cascades into my face. So now I have my curl, and what I like to do is put it into a pin curl to help it hold its shape. So I just kind of pick it up and roll it. So I just take the bobby pin and anchor it down onto my head. And I'm gonna be spraying as we go with this Tresemme hairspray. I have this side pinned back so it stays out of my face mask, hopefully. And we're just gonna work around the whole head, making those pin curls. So I'll try and talk this one through a little bit better. I like to brush it out so it's a smooth curl. Take the curling wand. I just hold the hair right on there. I curl all the way to the tip. After a couple seconds, I like collect it. Again, the heat protecting glove is everything. And I slide it off, which is why I like a clipless. That's why I like this one, because there's nothing that keeps you from just sliding it off of the tip. There's no like bump there. Take a bobby pin, roll it up, and then anchor it with a bobby pin. So these aren't like cute or perfect, but I find they get the job done. We're gonna do that around the whole head and get these curls in. A couple more things on these pin curls. I have a hard time using curlers, I think because my hair is so long, it just doesn't do well on an actual curler. So that's why I like to do pin curls, no curler needed. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can also squish the curl flat to your head, and that way you could sleep on it. I just find that I get like a kink in it when I do that. Like the twist where it sticks to my head comes out a little bit weird. So that's why I like to do these. It's almost as if there were a curler in the hair, but it's just my hair pinned in place. So I'm just gathering up that curl, sliding it off. That way it's like already in a pin curl shape. And I just roll it the rest of the way against my head. Sometimes this gets confusing because you're looking in the mirror and things are backwards in the mirror. And then I'll also show you how I would do it if I was gonna sleep in these, because that's a great option if your hair doesn't hold a curl. And by the way, I'm not a hair artist or a makeup artist. I'm just a real girl sharing how I really get ready. So if somebody knows more about hair than I do and would like to inform us, that'd be great. So I have rolled it up, and I could pin it to my head like I'm doing, or I could do it like this and pin it flat, and that way I could sleep on it. But I like to do them this way if I don't need them to be flat, and that way there's no crimps and there's more body. Okay, the curls are in place, and I do apologize. We're gonna have to look at them for the next however long, but this is how they look. They're super messy. I wish I could do a perfect set, but this is what I can do. Okay, so the face mask has had more than enough time to work its magic. I tend to be a bit liberal with face masks, and I will leave them on a while. Always like patch test your skin to make sure you're not having any sensitivities, but barring that, I like to feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck and leave it on longer. So I'm just gently taking it off with a wet muslin cloth. And let's just do another spritz of rose water. That kind of can tone and balance the skin after a mask. And some eye cream. Currently using this sample from Perricone MD. It's the Cold Plasma Plus Eye. I'm always bouncing around eye creams because my favorite one is so expensive. So until I decide to splurge and replace that one, I'm going to be bouncing around. And I know they say to use your ring finger for this. I just go really, really gently with whichever finger. I think that's the important thing. And then I have a little extra, so I'll put it on like my forehead wrinkles, my lip wrinkles, any wrinkles. And usually I would use serums now. This is my favorite. It's Drunk Elephant Vitamin C and then their hydrating serum. I always recommend getting it in this little case of 2 small sizes because I think they're perfect to mix together, and it's actually cheaper this way. But I'm saving these for a trip I have coming up because I don't know, I like opening fresh skincare on a trip. So instead I'm going to use this, which is what I've been using for my vitamin C in the morning. Absolutely love this cream. It smells like a tropical vacation. Like I just disappeared into an orange juice ad for a minute. It was so nice. But it's a vitamin C rich hydrating cream, and I just love to get that dose of vitamin C in the morning. So this is perfect, and that was a gift from a friend, so it's special. And it's by Sunday Riley, and I love her creams. I love all of her products. And then last but not least, because this vitamin C moisturizer doesn't have SPF, you always need to wear SPF every day, I'm gonna spray myself with this Shiseido SPF spray. And I really like this product. I will wear it under makeup, over makeup, my ears, my neck, my hair. All right, I gave my skincare a minute to set in, and I actually just went and made the bed. Always a good time to get that done. And now I'm just dabbing my face with a wet beauty blender because I feel like it kind of helps my skincare settle. As you can see, I am like quite dewy right now from all the moisturizer layers. And I'm gonna go straight into foundation. So my all-time favorite foundation I've been using forever, Clinique Beyond Perfecting. I'm in the shade Buttermilk. And this is probably my favorite high-end. I feel like it's a really good balance between like a high-end option and a drugstore option. I call it high-end because you get it at Sephora. I think it's $25. Like you can't pick it up at a drugstore, but it is definitely one of the more cost-effective higher-end foundations. And I just think it gives really pretty coverage. As you can see, I like full coverage. Whenever Nate sees me do this stuff, he gets a little alarmed because it looks like I'm putting a lot on, and maybe I am. But I do love like a nice even base of foundation. So I'm just trying to blend it into the hairline without blending it too much into the hair. Always, always, always blend the neck. I like to wear a robe, so if it gets on my clothes, it's not a big deal. Although you guys gave me such a good tip about how to get foundation stains out and to use dish soap. And I did that. Like the next day after you told me that, I spilled foundation all over my black shirt. And I used dish soap and it came out. It was amazing. So thank you so much for that. That foundation is on the slightly dewier side, but I prefer kind of a more matte finish. So I always top it with a powder. I like to use powder anyway, just because it makes any foundation last and last and last. So the one I'm using is by Besame Cosmetics. I love this line. And it's just their translucent brightening vanilla powder. I think this little guy is the perfect size because it gets some in the lid, and then I use a powder brush and it's like a perfect fit. And I am very, very committed to this powder brush. It's by It Cosmetics. Velvet Luxe number 307. It's so good. It really is velvety. And I just kind of dot this in all over. And again, I sort of try to blend it out into the hairline, into my neck, into my ears. You never want to have that line of demarcation. And I will kind of lightly go around my eyes. I don't like to have too much powder because I'm about to be 34 years old, and so we've got the wrinkles, but I don't like to let the powder kind of, I feel like it can kind of age you if it really looks powdery on your face. So I mostly focus on those areas that were just insanely dewy. All right, let's do something with the eyes next. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just sort of contour in my eyelid crease. So I'm using the Too Faced bronzer, my favorite one, the chocolate. And I'm just really getting in that crease to build in a shadow. And I'm just using an eyeshadow brush. This is by IT Cosmetics. The numbers rubbed off. Oh, C3175. But just the shape is what's really important. I like, I find the smaller eyeshadow brushes are so much easier to have control over where you're putting it. So I will kind of just do my whole lid and in the crease. On an everyday basis, I don't go really crazy with eyeshadow, so this provides a nice bit of coverage. And then I'll also come down the sides of my nose with whatever's left on the brush, which does like a little bit of kind of like a poor man's contour there. But I'm using my Kaja little triple eyeshadow. I think this thing is so great. This is in number 01 Rosewater. And it has 3 shades. A darker pink, a medium pink, and like almost a white pink. And the sparkle on these is off the charts. So I'm gonna use this middle shade, same brush, dust off the excess because it will have sparkle fall out all over your face. And just lightly dust the whole lid with this. I don't really, for an everyday thing, I don't really bother with doing the darker shade, but that would be really pretty to pop in the outer corner, and then you could pop the lighter color in the inner corner. And that's a really pretty look. But for now, I'm just gonna do the whole lid like that, and it really sparkles. And then I'm coming in with this bigger, fluffier eyeshadow brush to blend it out. It's a Kiko 200. I just like to blend and make sure my eyeshadow doesn't have a harsh line. I'm all about blending. Blend the foundation, blend the eyeshadow, everything. Next, we're gonna use an eyelash curler. This one's by Shiseido. I really like this one. I feel like it works really well. This is like a scary step to watch, I know. But have no fear, I am a professional. Well, I'm a professional eyelash curler. I'm not a professional makeup artist. But I've been curling my lashes every single day without fail since I was like 18, so that's pretty legit. And I like to really like squeeze, pulse, get in there, because it makes such a huge difference. There we go. And next is going to be mascara. I think eyeliner looks really beautiful on the top lid. I love a good wing. It's perfect for that vintage look. For some reason, I don't really like it on myself. I feel like it diminishes my eyelashes. So I'm also just not great at it. So to be honest, I don't do an eyeliner on my top lid every day as of now. But I curled my lashes. I just brushed them out a bit with this e.l.f. lash stick brush. I like it because it's like $1 and it just feels fabulous to brush your lashes. Okay, the absolute best mascara in the world as far as I'm concerned is Too Faced Better Than Sex. It's amazing. I just restocked it. Oh, the fresh mascara feeling. I love it. And what I do when I switch out mascaras is I keep the old one. So I've been using this, you know, every day as I do. And whenever I start to notice, my lashes don't look like as fabulous as I would hope, that's when I start to realize it's time to replace it. They say you should replace it, I think, every 3 months anyway because of eye germs, but I don't keep like hardcore count. I just kind of notice once it starts to have lost its wow factor, and that's when I replace it. But I don't throw away the old one right away. I keep it to use almost like a primer. As you can see, I'm adding my first coat with the old one. Actually looks pretty good still, so maybe I jumped the gun on this, I don't know. But I find doing the first coat with the more dry, older formula helps prevent clumping because it's like a primer. So I'm just fanning my lashes out as I go with this. Another thing I'll do if I'm in a real rush, maybe this is questionable, but when the brush is really dry because I've got most of the product on my lashes, I might quickly, very lightly, touch up my brows with it. But I'm not going to do that today because we're having special Valentine get ready with me. All right, so new tube feeling. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love this mascara. Oh, it's so perfect. So I'm gonna do this for my second coat, and then it'll kind of cling to that first coat and really look huge. I love big eyelashes. And I love not messing with fake eyelashes or eyelash extensions. So this mascara is perfect. But I think that tip, and pretty much every tip I have to my name, is in my beauty guide. So if you haven't had a chance to pick that up, it's actually on sale. I did a sale this week for Valentine's Day. Everything in the Milk and Honey shop is 20% off. Huge sale for me. That's like the Sephora sale. I'm very excited. So you guys could pick up my lifestyle guides on beauty or planning. Also, the Milk and Honey stickers are going away. I'm not going to restock them. So last chance to get those, 20% off. And since this video is going up on Valentine's Day, I'll keep the sale going through Monday for you guys. I hope that that's a nice little Valentine treat so you can treat yourself. You can glow up. There's like a whole glow up guide in the beauty book, like step-by-step timeline if you want to have a little beauty glow up, because you deserve to treat yourself. All right, that's the situation with the top mascara. You know I have to have a whole separate bottom mascara. I like to use the Clinique bottom lash because it has this adorable little tiny little brush, and because it does not transfer at all onto the skin around my eye. It's so nice. So I just kind of try and wedge it against my waterline a little bit because I don't do a lower eyeliner either lately. So it just adds a little definition to my eyeline. And then every time after I do my mascara, I always come in with a Q-tip and I really lightly run it around under my eyes to get any of that flaky fallout that can happen. Like if you touch it so lightly to your skin, it won't disturb the makeup underneath, but the little fibers of the cotton will pick up any flakes that might be lingering. So I always do that just to have a really tidy eye makeup look. And that's where we're at with the eyes. So now let's move on to the brows. I've been using the e.l.f. brow pencil. This is just in the shade taupe. It's just cheap and I go through it fast. You've probably seen it in empties for a while. I just got crazy with it. And give myself a bit more arch and a bit more length. I feel like that always makes the brows pop. And to me, this brow pencil is the perfect size to draw those little brush strokes, and I love that I don't have to sharpen it, it just rolls up. So that's why this has been like a major go-to for me. I think I just get them on Amazon like in a 3-pack and I always go through them so fast. And then I take the little brush on the other end and kind of blend / maybe even wipe it off a little bit. So they always start out kind of bold. And it also helps to like coif the hairs. I keep my eyebrows trimmed, but I still don't want any like wild hairs. So I also come in with GimMe Brow by Benefit. This is in number 3. I love this product. It's like a brow gel and it's also tinted. So sometimes I'll just do this, not the pencil. Sometimes I'll do both. Or like I said, if I'm really crazy, I'll use my mascara And the nice thing about the mascara is like this, it has a texture that keeps the hairs in place. So between all of those things, it works out. And they look really bold right now, but they're gonna mellow. Okay, while we let the eye situation kind of chill, let's go back down to do bronzer and blush. So I'm gonna come in again with the Too Faced chocolate bronzer, and I always just hit under the cheekbones. This is my absolute favorite brush for it. I've had it forever, to the point that it's totally rubbed off. Maybe if I go on one of my old videos, I can figure out what this brush was. I want to say it might have been Sephora brand. This is how you know this is like a real girl doing her makeup, because all my brushes have the numbers rubbed off. But the point is this shape. I love that angled shape for getting in and kind of carving out cheekbones. And then also I love to go along the jawline and also bring it down on my neck. I feel like that helps my neck coloring kind of match my foundation coloring, match my tan if I have one. So it all kind of balances out. And then I bring it up into the edges of my forehead and all along the corners of my face, and always blend up into the hairline. It smells like chocolate, so sometimes I just keep putting it on and smelling the chocolate and feeling happy. I feel like I look so crazy in this video because of these ginormous pin curls. Okay, for blush I'm using e.l.f. This is just called Blushing. Really simple pink blush. There are certain makeup things I think are worth paying for high end and some that aren't. I did a video of one half of my face drugstore and one half higher end, so you guys should check that out if you haven't seen it. I thought that was a very interesting, very much a learning experience for me at least. And it kind of showed me that I like drugstore blush. So this is just really easy. I'm just putting it on and shaking off the excess powder. This brush is by It Cosmetics. I really like their brushes. And it's number 227 Flawless Blush. And again, it has that shape, so you can kind of bounce it on the apples of your cheeks up into, I like to kind of fan it out towards the cheekbone. You can even do a little tiny bit on your nose as if you like got sun. I always come back in and blend it again with my big powder brush. Just like whatever powder's left on it. I feel like that helps to make sure I don't have any harsh lines whatsoever. And we're pretty much done, except we need a lipstick. First step I'm going to do is blot off whatever's left of my hydrating lip balm that I put on. Just to make sure the color can grab. Then I always use a lip liner. I think it's so much better for kind of containing the color so it doesn't travel all over your face. And we're gonna do a red lip today because I feel like a lot of people are intimidated and scared of red lip, and I want to show you it can be your friend. I love wearing red lipstick. So let's start with the lip liner. I do not overline my lips. I don't think it goes well. So I stay just inside the natural line of my lips. This lip liner is by Sephora, by the way. It's just their cheap red Sephora brand. So this is by Bismate Cosmetics, and the color is Red Hot Red, and it is one of the most perfect reds in my opinion. It's a perfect replica from a shade from the 1950s that my girl Marilyn Monroe, it was her favorite color, so it's really fun to wear. And I like their lipsticks. They have this, I think they call it a bullet shape. If you can see, it's angled on both sides. So you could use it like a lip liner if you use the corner. I like to use an actual pencil because I have more control. And then you use the side to fill it in. And I don't go too far in the corners because I feel like that is where you can kind of risk clown territory. Especially with the liner, I find if you try to really line in the corner, it can get weird once your mouth like moves. I look like this, and then you move and it doesn't look right. Also, I don't go too crazy trying to get my Cupid's bow because, again, I feel like it can kind of look a little like Betty Boop-ish. So I feel like your lip's natural shape will come out if you let it. So the absolute most important key is to blot the lips. And I know it feels counterproductive because you're like, I just worked so hard to put this lipstick on. Why would I take it off? But you must. blot 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You could blot until nothing comes off anymore. If you're really worried about it like migrating onto your teeth or wherever else, the more you blot it, you can see the color is still strong, but the less chance that it's gonna migrate all over my face. And also, ironically, the better it looks. So the longer it lasts, the better it looks, the more you blot. Just blot, blot, blot. Another trick that I will do is, and then the color that comes off on your finger, sorry if that was kind of gross, is the color that could have wound up on your teeth, like if you're eating and stuff. So sometimes I'll just come in and clean it up with a Q-tip. You could also put a liner of foundation or concealer around it to help the color really pop. But I feel pretty good with where this is at. I'm gonna give myself one last blend. I always feel like makeup looks a little bit better after it's had a chance to kind of tone itself down. By the way, I'm gonna put the perfume on. Oh. It smells so good. Isn't putting perfume on just like such a little rush? Natural high. This is the Trish McAvoy No. 9 Blackberry Vanilla Musk. Absolutely treasured perfume in my life. I love it so much. Let's do one more. And the wrist. Okay. It smells so good, you guys. Such a little emotional pick-me-up. Anyway, I do think that the makeup looks better as it kind of mellows onto your face. In fact, I read in one of my 1950s beauty books, you guys know I love vintage beauty books. I'm putting some hand lotion on right now while we chat. It said to take your makeup to bed for 10 minutes, or at least take your foundation to bed, which would mean to put it on and then to lay down and rest for 10 minutes, which is such like a cute retro concept, and let it settle in. And then it kind of fills in the fine lines. And I don't know, maybe it just fades a little bit. I just feel like my makeup always looks better after a little bit. Also, these beauties need to keep cooking. So I work from home. I have the luxury of leaving them in. So I'm gonna get dressed for the day and start my work day. And before I walk the dogs this afternoon is probably when I'll bother taking them down and finishing this look, because nobody's gonna see me for the next few hours. So I'm gonna go do those things and report back. I'm back. It's been a few hours. I got some work done and I just had lunch. So I figured it's time to kind of touch up my makeup. This is how it's looking after the last few hours, and do something with all this hair and finally be ready for the day. So this is my outfit. It's Valentine's week, so I've been wearing pinks and reds all week. I mean, honestly, I do that every week, but just a pink sweater and this cute little heart pin. And let's take these curls out. So I just start at the bottom, take out the pin, and then I try to let the curl just fall rather than letting it unwind, because anything can make me lose my curls. I have to be very careful not to persuade them to do the wrong thing. And I'll kind of just coil it around my finger as I take it out if I feel like it's losing its will. And it's gonna be very ringlety at first. So obviously these need some work, and the goal for me with this look is to have all of the waves kind of laying together. The fact that they all go the same direction makes them kind of nest together with that perfect like 40s sort of, I don't know, I think of it like old Hollywood glamour kind of waves. The trick is just to get to that stage without making them fall out. So some days, if I don't have any like major plans, I'll wear it pretty curly, not this curly, but pretty curly, because then I know like the next day it'll be right. Sometimes I still find bobby pins in my hair too. But I really want it to be cute today, so I'm gonna be brave and really go brush through it. As anyone will tell you if you watch a hair tutorial along these lines, you have to just keep brushing. And it goes through some weird phases, like what even is happening. Like it gets really poodly, really floofy and scary. And you feel like it's just not going to work. And you have to keep going because it will just kind of suddenly come together. I feel like if I can kind of let it sit, sometimes that helps too. I don't know if that's just in my head, but I feel like doing it in stages helps ease the shock. All right, this is where we're landing, and I just don't want to brush the curls out too much more than this. I know by like tomorrow they're gonna be falling how I want them to, and maybe I should have made this a 2-day video to really show you the process with my hair, but it's gonna be long enough. So what I like to do sometimes is pin one side back, and I like to tease the hair a bit to give it a little shape when I put it back. But basically I just take this little triangle of hair and twist it. And I feel like the twist kind of forces in some body. And comb in the little flyaways. And then I push it forward sort of so that it's not just like slicked to my head. So it has a little body. And then I put the bobby pin in the end into the twist. And that anchors it. And then I kind of have to renegotiate the curls because that changes things when they're at a different angle. And then it's really kind of a matter of just sculpting the curls where you want them and letting them kind of find their voice, letting them do their thing and go out into the real world. And then I always kind of spray it in position once I'm getting to a point of being happy with it. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of Rita Hayworthy. I don't know. I really don't know. Lassie? I'm not sure who my inspiration is for this look. And that's it. We made it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for requesting this. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for being you guys. You're so awesome and sweet, and I love to get to hang out with you. Don't forget, if you are interested in grabbing anything from the Milk and Honey shop, including the stickers going out of sale, it's Galentine 20 for the discount. I'll put the link and the code in the description box. But as always, I'm just so grateful for your support and love, and I'm sending it right back to you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.